There's a quote that stuck with me the first time I heard it. One of those quotes that doesn't just sound good, it demands something from you. And it goes like this. It's a smidge long, so stick with me. Once people stop making excuses, stop blaming others, and take ownership of everything in their lives, they are compelled to take action. They solve problems. They become better leaders, better followers, more dependable teammates, more skilled, more driven, and yet at the same time they remain humble. They keep their egos in check, protecting the mission and the people around them. It's a great quote. It's from this book called Extreme Ownership, and it's fantastic. I definitely recommend everyone read it. But I love this idea of ownership. It sounds simple, but it's not easy. Because ownership is a choice. It's not something handed to you with a title. It's not reserved for CEOs or founders or the people whose names are legally tied to a company. Ownership is a mindset. And at some point in every life, every single one of us decides, consciously or not, whether we are going to live like owners or like bystanders. Most people wait for ownership. They think, when I get promoted, I'll step up. When I'm in charge, I'll care more. When it's mine, then I'll give everything. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you don't act like an owner now, you won't magically become one later. Because ownership isn't about what you have, it's about how you show up. I don't own the company I work for. My name isn't on the door. My house isn't on the line. If things go wrong, if the company fails, I can walk away and find another job. But that's exactly why ownership matters. Because if I'm going to spend over a third of my life doing something, anything, why would I do it halfway? Why would I hide behind excuses? Why would I point fingers when something breaks? Ownership says, that's all me. Not just when it's convenient, not just when it's clearly your fault, but especially when it's messy, unclear, and uncomfortable. And here's what happens when you start living that way. You stop waiting. You stop saying, that's not my job. You stop hoping somebody else will fix it. You see a problem and you move because you realize something powerful. Problems, they don't stay contained. They spread. That issue your teammate is dealing with today, left alone, it becomes your issue tomorrow. So if you step in early, you help, you solve, not because you have to, but because you've decided this is mine too. And something incredible happens when you adopt that mindset. You get better. You become more reliable, more capable, more valuable to the people around you. You become the kind of person others trust, not just because of your title, but because of your actions. But here's the part that most people miss. Ownership, real ownership. It doesn't make you arrogant. It makes you humble. Because the more you take responsibility, the more you realize how much you don't control. You start to understand that no matter how driven you are, you only have so many hours in a day. And you need people. You need relationships. And you need your team. And suddenly, success isn't about you anymore. It's about us. It's about lifting others up. It's about protecting the mission. It's about recognizing that nothing meaningful gets built alone. So yes, act like an owner. Work like your name is on the door, even when it's not. Take responsibility, solve problems, show up fully. But at the same time, stay grounded. Stay curious, ask questions, listen more than you speak. And never, ever, ever believe that what you do matters more than the people you do it with. Because at the end of the day, ownership isn't just about results. It's also about how you carry yourself while pursuing those results. Life is going to throw curveballs. It's pretty much guaranteed. Not because you're unlucky, not because you're special, because that's just how life works. The question isn't whether things will go wrong. The question is, when they do, who will you be? Will you make excuses? Will you blame? Or will you step forward, take ownership, and move? So here's the challenge for today. Wherever you are, at work, at home, in your community, own your piece of the pie. Even if it's small, and maybe especially if it's small. You act like it matters because it does. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for a title. Just decide. Decide that from this moment on, You are the kind of person who takes ownership, fully, humbly, and without excuses. And watch what happens. Not just to your work, but to your life as well.